mistake happens in the DM inbox. A real estate agent gets a notification and opens the app. 23 new messages, all from people who liked their post about a listing. They scroll through, heart eyes, thinking this is what success looks like. Then they read. One message says, "That's really pretty." Another, "Great shot." And another, "Love the styling." These aren't leads. These are digital polite nods. The agent's pipeline is still zero. The funnel didn't even start. This is Real Estate Agent Marketing, the show about systematic marketing strategies for real estate agents. I'm Mikey, and today we're talking about metrics that actually move the needle. Not the ones that make you feel good, but the ones that tell you what's really working in your pipeline. Here's the hard truth about marketing. Most real estate agents spend their time chasing likes like it's a race to the finish line, and they're not just running slow, they're running in place. The metric everyone wants to see climb is the one that tells them nothing useful. You can post a video with 10,000 likes and 0 people call you back. But if someone watches your video to the end and types tour or price in DMs, that's a lead. Signal metrics predict pipeline. Vanity metrics don't. If you're only looking at likes, shares, and comments, you're just watching your content get popular. You're not watching it convert. The difference isn't about volume or virality, it's about intent. Here's the actual system. Watch time and completion rate tell you if people are seeing your content and staying with it. Saves and shares say they want to keep it. DM keyword volume is literally the closest thing to a lead counter you have. And comment to appointment rate shows you how well your conversation starters are working. If someone watches your entire listing video, that's a signal. If they watch it and then type tour or price, that's a pipeline signal. You're not just looking at numbers, you're looking at action. The key is building a dashboard that measures these 4 things: watch time, completion rate, DM keyword volume, comment to appointment rate. Track them weekly, not daily. Look for patterns, not spikes. If you see that videos with a 90% or higher completion rate get more DMs with those keywords, you know what to do next. You're not copying what works, you're copying the patterns. Let me break down exactly how each one works. Watch time is how long someone stays engaged with your content. If they watch your property tour for over 90%, it's not just about them liking your video, it's about them staying interested and taking in the information. Completion rate shows you how many people watch from start to finish. If your listing reels consistently complete at 85% or higher, that's a good sign. It's not popularity, it's engagement. Saves are another big one. If someone saves your video, they're saying, "I want this." Not just "this is cute," but "this is valuable." When you see high save rates on certain posts, those are the ones to double down on. Shares are different. They mean people are actively sharing it with their network. That's intent too. If a post gets shared 3 times in a day, someone believes your content is worth spreading. DM keyword volume tells you exactly what people want. If someone types tour in DMs after watching your listing video, that's not just a message, that's a lead. It's how the algorithm knows this content matters. Comment to appointment rate shows how good your conversation starters are. If 5% of comments turn into appointments, you're doing something right. If it's 1%, it's time to rethink your opening lines. The takeaway is simple. Focus on what moves the needle, not likes, not shares, not comments. Watch time and completion rate, saves and shares, DM keyword volume, and comment to appointment rate. These are your 4 signal metrics. Track them weekly. Build a dashboard. Answer one question: which content produce conversations, and how do we make more of it? The mistakes people make here are huge. First, they chase vanity metrics because they feel good. They see 10,000 likes on a post and think the pipeline is full. It's not. That's just digital noise. Second, they don't understand that watch time and completion rate tell you if your content is working in the algorithm. If people are watching your listing video for 90% or more of its length, it means the algorithm likes showing it to more people. That's visibility with impact. Third, they skip DM keyword volume. It's not just about how many messages come in, it's about how many say tour or price. If your DM volume is low but those keywords are high, you're quietly filling your pipeline with real leads. Fourth, they don't track comment to appointment rate. If you get a ton of comments and zero appointments, you're talking to the wall. Your conversation starters aren't good enough. And finally, they think they can optimize content by looking at likes or shares. They don't realize that these metrics are just signals that someone saw something, not that they were ready to take action. You're not building pipeline with likes, you're building it with intent. So here's the system that works. Pick 4 signal metrics, track them weekly, and look for the patterns that show you what content is filling your pipeline, not what's getting popular. If one of your videos has a 90% completion rate and people are typing tour in DMs after watching it, that video is telling you something important. It's not just a post with good visuals, it's a lead generator. The real test comes when you ask, did the content produce conversations? That's your answer to the question. If your videos are high in watch time and completion rate, but low in DM keyword volume, you're missing the action angle. If your DMs are coming in with keywords like tour and price, that's a pipeline signal. That's what separates agents who build consistent pipelines from those who chase popularity. You don't need to be viral, you need to be valuable. Your job is not to get lots of people to see your posts, it's to get the right people to engage with them in the right way. Let me go deeper on why these metrics work and what happens when you ignore them. The first one we're talking about is watch time. On Instagram, if someone watches a video for more than 90% of its length, that shows they're not just passively scrolling. They're actively consuming your content. Your algorithm sees this and starts showing it to more people. Completion rate is even more specific. When someone watches your video all the way through, it means they were interested enough to pay attention. If your completion rates are consistently high across multiple posts, that's a strong indicator you're delivering value. But if your completion rate is below 50%, your content isn't grabbing people's attention early enough. That's when you need to look at your hook or your intro. Saves are crucial because they tell the algorithm this is something people want to keep for later. When someone saves a video, they're indicating that they found it useful or valuable. If you get a lot of saves on property tour videos, those are the posts that should be your template for future content. The algorithm sees saves as engagement signals, not just passive consumption. Shares mean your content is compelling enough to get shared with your network. But shares aren't just about popularity, they're about relevance. If someone shares your video with a friend who's looking for a specific type of property, that's targeted sharing. That's better than someone just clicking like and walking away. DM keyword volume is where it all comes together. That's the closest thing to a lead counter you have. You're not just tracking how many people message you, but how many say tour or price. If your DM volume is low but your keyword volume is high, you're quietly building your pipeline. People are watching and they're ready to move forward. Comment to appointment rate shows how effective your conversation starters are. If 1% of your comments lead to appointments, that's about right for most agents. But if it's below 0.5%, it's time to change what you're saying in the captions or posts. Your goal is to get people interested enough to comment, then interested enough to ask for more. One thing I want to make sure you understand, this isn't about chasing every metric at once. You need to be strategic. Pick your 4 most important ones and track those. If you're looking at too many numbers, you'll miss what's actually moving the needle. Your dashboard should be simple and focused. When you look at your metrics every week, ask yourself, which content was the most effective at producing conversations? What can I learn from that? What can I change about future posts to make them work even better? Let me give you a specific example. Say your watch time is 87% and completion rate is 92% for one post. That's excellent engagement. But if there are no DMs with keywords like tour or price, that means your content isn't converting. You're showing people the property, but they're not taking action. That tells you to change how you structure your videos, maybe add more urgency in the caption, or end with a clearer call to action. On the other hand, if that same post gets 3 DMs with tour and 2 with price, then you know exactly what's working. It's not just about watching time or completion rate anymore, it's about getting people to type something specific in DMs. That's real lead generation. Another thing I want to cover is how to set up your dashboard. You don't need anything fancy. Just make a spreadsheet with each of the 4 metrics you're tracking and record them weekly. You can do this manually or use tools like Google Sheets. The key is consistency, not updating it daily, but updating it once a week. You also want to track trends over time. A spike in watch time one day doesn't mean anything, but if you see a pattern of increasing completion rates and more DM keywords over several weeks, that's actionable data. The last point I want to make is about how people use these metrics wrong. There's a big difference between tracking your performance and optimizing your strategy. People often mistake the fact that something gets a lot of likes for it being successful. But what happens when you track your watch time, completion rate, and DM keyword volume together? You get a clearer picture. If your content has high watch time and completion rate but low DM keyword volume, then you're doing well at grabbing attention, but not good at turning that attention into action. Maybe you need to add more clear calls to action in your captions. If you have high DM keyword volume but low watch time, that's a problem too. People aren't watching long enough to actually see your content. It's like showing up to the party, but not staying long enough to talk to anyone. The real power comes from combining these four metrics together. They tell you whether your content is getting noticed, if it's being consumed, and if people are ready to take action. That's how you build a sustainable pipeline. And here's what I think is most important. Don't optimize for likes or shares. Those are vanity metrics. You can get thousands of likes on a video that gets 0 leads. That doesn't mean it's working. It just means people saw it and liked it. But if someone watches a video and then types tour in DMs, that's a pipeline signal. That's what moves the needle. Every time you look at your metrics, ask yourself, is this content getting attention and turning that into action? If the answer is yes, keep doing what you're doing. If not, figure out why. This is real estate agent marketing. If this one earned its time, the full system is inside the course at learn.mikey.ai. I'm Mikey. Track what moves the needle, not what makes you feel good.